This first chapter, Master is talking all about what is real self, what are the characteristics of the real self. And in every verse, he gives some idea about the practice. Welcome. This is where. So, in the 14th verse, after 20th verse, you have to wait. In the second chapter, the seeker, what kind of a seeker you should be, that is explained. So, seeker narrates his experiences after listening and understanding these 20 verses. Deha bhiman pashena, beautiful chiram, baddhusi putrakah, bodhoham jnana khagagena, tanni kratyah sukhi bhava. Deha bhiman pashena, chiram baddhusi putraka. If I translate in a very literal English, so the master says, my child, you have long been caught in the noose of body consciousness. Sever it with the sword of knowledge. So he uses an adjective for the knowledge, it is a sword. I am consciousness and be happy. So let us understand this. Deha vimana pashena chiram baddhoshi. So let us start with the location. You are in front of me, isn't it? And I'm in front of you. How do you conclude that? Because I am the body. Jerry and David, they are on the right and left side of each of them. Do you see that? Why? How do you conclude that? Because I am the body. See that? Sergei is in Switzerland. How do I know? Because with reference to that I am the body. Just understand in a very simple way. I'm sitting here, so I can say I'm facing northwest. With reference to I am the body. I am under the roof with reference to the body. So the master says, what he says, Deha abhiman pashena. Deha abhiman. Because I have a wrong notion that I am the body. I have a pride that I am the body, which is not true. When I ask, where are you? I am sitting here with reference to the body. You should think of it again and again. Contemplate and reflect. Now look at the space. What did you say? I'm in front of you. With reference to the space. I am on the right side of you. I am on the left side of you. And this left and right in all these direction changes with reference to the body. Is there any right side, left side, east, west, north, and south of the space? It is imagined. If it is imagined, then this is also imagined that I am the body. This is the meaning of the first line. Deha viman pashena chiram baddhosi mutrak. putraka, my child, because with reference to the body, my mind with the wrong notion that I exist is the greatest ignorance. You are pure consciousness. This is what Master says. Bodhoham. So, how to get rid of this wrong notion that I am the body? By a sword of knowledge, wisdom, by contemplation and reflection, followed by the practice. So I should reflect again and again what it means when I say I am sitting here. I am saying with reference to the body. Now understand with reference to the time. What is my life? Let us take up one more thing, space. Do I know the beginning of a space? Do I know the end of the space? No. How can I know what is in between the space? What a good. Huh? It is hammering on the ignorance of my mind. When I do not know the beginning of a space, when I do not know the end of the space, how do I know what is in between the space? So the reference that I am on the right and the left, I am in the east and the west, has no value at all. See another point. I see where I sit in this room. Couple of people have seen my office. So maybe I am 500 times smaller than this room. If this body is a box and you put all these boxes 500 times smaller than this room, as compared to the house, I may be 10,000 smaller. With reference to the town of Gilbert, I may be like a dust particle. With reference to the country, I don't exist. Why the mind says I do not exist with reference to the body. See that? With reference to the entire solar system and the galaxies, I am totally insignificant with reference to the body. Are you getting it? It is very clear. It's a fact and it's a truth. Now look at with reference to the time. Time. We live for 100 years, 150 years, as compared to billions of years that have passed before. And the billions of years are waiting. What is this 100 and 150 years in this infinite time? Do I know the beginning of a time? Do I know the end of a time? When I do not know the beginning and the end of a time, then how can I measure what is in between the time? So now our master, there are 5 or 6 different ways to explain the time and the space. But yoga, specifically Yoga Sutra, the Patanjali, and our master says that, what it says, that the space and the time is one thought in the mind, one modification of the mind. Nothing else. The space and the time. The way I say I am here, the same way I create a time and the space in the mind by referencing right and the left, by referencing I am 5 or 10 years old and it does not exist. Because they exist because I am the body. I have to drop this notion, wrong notion, that I am the body. So when you drop this wrong notion, I am the body, it takes you, I am the pure consciousness. Can I say, just think of it, can I say that this body is like goggles by which we see this world? So if the goggles are has a green color, I see the word green. So first I say I am the body, then I say I am Girish, then I say I am the teacher, then I say I am the mentor, then I say you all are students with reference to the body. So we never inquire, am I the body? Master is saying, Deha Abhiman. It's a beautiful verse. Deha Abhiman Pashin Chiram. Pashin. Pashin means I'm imprisoned. I live in ignorance with an idea, with a notion that I am the body. Once we drop this notion that I am the body, what is revealed? That I am the pure consciousness beyond time and the space. Then the process, he says, what process? Bodhoham Gyan Khadgain. Gyan Khadgain, knowledge. So he uses the word, the sword of knowledge, sword, by which we cut, big knife, used in the army in ancient days to defeat the enemy. So now he is pointing out the moment we are aware, the moment the mind goes to the body, the moment the mind says, I am the body, use that sword of knowledge. Challenge the mind. Am I the body? Contemplate and reflect. Sword of knowledge. I have to cut this ignorance, sword of knowledge. And the moment we cut it, in this very moment, we bypass the pleasure seeking mind. The pleasure seeking mind must live in the space and the time. And a meditator lives beyond time. Another master speaks in a different tone, and that too is very important to understand. When I say I am the body, means I am the consciousness, means body is consciousness. Ask yourself, is body consciousness or matter? Is body inert or conscious? So, the definition of inert, dead matter means like the smartphone. The phone does not know itself and it cannot know anyone else. I know my right hand. Right hand never says I also know you. Come on. This is body. So when the body is inert matter, when the body is already a dead matter, how I can be body? When I live in that awareness, I'm already in meditation. I'm already in meditation. So, when we contemplate and reflect with the knowledge that takes place in the intellect, then I awaken myself that I am the pure consciousness and then leave the rest. The moment we discover that I am the consciousness, then peace and happiness, love, and the wisdom enters naturally because it is natural to the consciousness. But why it doesn't happen? Next question. Why it doesn't happen? Because we are not prepared. We are not seeker. The knowledge must be translated into action, into behavior, into attitude. You see, you have seen that a lot of people say, no, I understood. No problem. I understood. So here I'm taking you to another direction, that what we are doing on Mondays and Thursday. Two things are there. One is knowledge. I have, you speak, I understand it. As long as I am with you. Many people tell me, as long as I am with you. But the moment, after a few hours, my mind starts behaving in old ways. Knowledge takes place in the intellect. It is translated into behavior, attitude by action. That action is known as practice. Sense organs, senses of knowledge. Motor organs, senses for action, behavior, attitude. So in that senses of behavior and attitude, all those impressions are accumulated in the mind as impressions that do not allow us to live with that knowledge. Hence, the practice is required. Almost every majority of the ancient countries, we have the story of lovers, Romeo, Juliet, right? And we have in India, who is that? Laila and Majnu. So Laila is a girl and Majnu is a lover. And this Majnu, the boy, was obsessed in love with this girl. So the king found that this girl is so ugly, and how come this boy is so much obsessed with this girl? The king called Majnu and said that I will find you a beautiful girl so that you can marry. Why you are chasing? She is not interested. Majnu said, you have to see that girl through my eyes. Then only you will understand what is love. Why I told you the story? We always say that I want to see everything through this body. Then only I understand. And that is the greatest ignorance, wrong notion. Because I am attached to this body. Why I am attached to this body? Because I give value to the body. So when we give value to the body, it creates likes and dislikes. Likes creates attachment. Attachment creates delusion. Delusion creates doer and enjoyer. And I fall trap into this ignorance. That is why the master says, sword of knowledge. First step is understanding, contemplation, and reflection, becoming aware. Am I really the body? Challenging the old notion created in the mind. When the mind is clear, then follow the practice and you will find the result. So let us start our journey practice. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.